go and grab a cup. Scuba gear up on my head, cause we punish more than parties. Somebody tell Jersey we getting started, what they call it, yeah? Yeah, 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 yeah. It's party punisher time, yeah, 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 yeah. It's party punishers, Prince I about to give 'em life. Don't switch it down on that tune, cause the party ain't a party unless Fife in the room, yeah, 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 yeah. It's party punisher time. What's that? Oh yeah, ooh, we connected, baby. Mouth too reckless, who gon' check us? Though we syndicated, vindicated. Seem like we should've been the made it, been the greatest. Crank the amp, make sure they hear me, I'm about to snap. The general, yeah, that's Prince side. OG face, know he's south side. Jersey like the bricks killer. J536 with him. Do dirty like the kids swimming. Royal flush and we keep shit. Keep winning, bet it up, tryna beat living. Please shut up, cause I'm trying to listen. Party punishers live in 3, 2, 1. DJ do dirty, turn this up. They say face go candy liquor, let me go and grab a cup. Scuba gear up on my head, cause we punish more than parties. Somebody tell Jersey we getting started, what they call it, yeah? Yeah, 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 yeah. It's party punisher time, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's party punishers. Prince I about to give 'em life. Don't switch it down on that tune, cause the party ain't a party unless Fife in the room, yeah, 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 yeah. It's party punisher time.
Party punishers, we in the building, baby. We apologize. Been a little late. We're a tad bit late. We all need to be fine. You know, that's how I go. Oh, also, Jersey couldn't make it today.
Yeah, Jersey.
Well, technically, I was here.
Yeah, you was on time.
I was on time.
Jersey couldn't make it today. She's a little under the weather.
She got the cooties again.
I didn't say it.
I didn't say it, Jersey.
But yeah, she. I guess she got a whiff of the cooties, and it didn't got a hold of her.
I think it's a change of the weather. It's been hot the last couple of days, so it might be the weather.
Yeah, this weather been
retarded. She around a lot of
little ones too.
So you know
they got everything.
Yeah,
feet, nose, hands.
Yeah, everything.
So you know we're gonna get right into it because you know we're gonna only have a
abbreviated time today.
Right.
So we're just gonna go ahead and bow, come off the hip with that thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait a minute, come off the hip with it.
Yeah, you gotta come off the hip with that thing. Bow. Six shooter, Matt Dillon. Matt Dillon style.
Hey, Matt is the baddest man in the West.
We gotta come off the hip like Matt Dillon.
Who's Bat Masterson?
Bat Masterson.
Yeah. He was a good gun that cowboy.
Yeah, he wasn't a good cowboy.
Yeah, it wasn't like
y'all talking about old Gunsmoke, man.
Listen, it gotta be Gunsmoke, Bonanza, Rifleman, or Rawhide, or Big Valley.
Rawhide.
Okay, Big Valley and Rawhide I never heard of. All the other ones. Nah. All the other ones I heard of.
But you gotta realize though, Si, we got a little country in us, even though you from the city.
But
you came down here with your grandparents. See, he's cityfied.
Yeah.
So he's cityfied. He don't know nothing about.
Like I said, we watched Bonanza, Little House on the Prairie, and stuff like that.
The Lone Ranger.
Yeah. I definitely remember. I definitely remember the Lone Ranger.
Do you remember Cisco Kid?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you
like I like little stuff. My grandparents watched wrestling, so it wasn't.
Who was Lone Ranger partner?
The horse. Oh, the Indian, Tonto.
Okay.
All right.
Look, I know a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, before I know Faith's getting ready to go ham about this Diddy thing. He about to lose his mind. But I want to say, Saturday, me and Faith had the pleasure, and it was another message that I need to hear. We went to a men's mental health awareness event, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was real nice, man.
It was beautiful.
It was real nice. Where we got to speak on mental health, and men just got to be around a group of men just where you can express your feelings and be able to speak freely. Because, you know, with us being men, when we're around families and females, we're taught and we've been trained, you know, to keep your feelings inside. But at least when you're around other men, like-minded men, you can just speak freely, you know, and get stuff off that you need to get off. You know, so that was, and then find out different avenues that can help you with your mental health, you know, because mental health is real in our community, and especially with us men, you know, in the Black community, the men is the top in committing suicide, you know. So that was a great event, man. That was a great event.
I can say though, I think within our circle, we good with having somebody to talk to, even though we joke around and we play around a lot, you know, we get serious.
I'm gonna tell you like this, and I understand exactly what Faith said, but if I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cry. I don't care.
Yeah, but it used to be, you know, coming up, and I'm at fault as well, because I used to tell my boys, wipe them tears up. You ain't got no slit in between your legs. You got a stick. You know, all the whining for the slit wears. You know, you don't do no whining.
But I don't know.
But as I got older and started doing different studies and looking at different things, I realized I ain't gonna say I was brought up wrong because it made me who I am, but the way I was teaching them was wrong. You know, because really tears aren't nothing but cleansers.
Exactly.
You know, it's cleanser, and it's also like the rain. You know, we ain't got no rain, ain't nothing growing. It also helps with growth.
But I think that came from the slave mentality. You know, when you got whipped as a man in the slave mentality, you was taught not to show any type of emotion.
Yeah, but even I think that came even before slave mentality.
Yeah, that came before.
You know, that we're just not made to cry.
You could be happy. I mean, happy. You got happy tears.
Yeah.
You got sad tears, and then you got them tears of anger. So if you make that joker cry, you better be getting out the way.
That's the Red Bull.
Before we get too far, I want to speak on. It was an award show this week. I'm not gonna go to who award show, but I see a lot of people are getting these awards, and they're forgetting about people who brought them along the way. You know, because I look at some of these people who they honoring, and certain DJs that they honor wasn't there to help them out. Or you're not honoring the certain DJs that really need to be put on that pedestal for who they really are. Because, you know, we have Q Mix. I haven't seen Q Mix get an award in forever. And we know what Q Mix did for the underground artists here in Charlotte. You know, before Prince I got here and done what he done, Q Mix was the DJ who was making sure the underground artists and the local artists were getting some shine. Exactly. You know, but a lot of people do these award shows and they do different stuff, and they'll be a Q Mix's shine. You know, shout out to Party Punishers. You know, but they don't give him his and then jokes want to call, but they don't give him his respect that he deserves. You know.
I mean, I think that go across the board. That it's a lot of people that don't get the honor,
the recognition they deserve.
Yeah, and especially in Charlotte. I can say since I've been in Charlotte, I've seen a lot of people move behind the scenes that don't even want the recognition, but it's just a point of throw them a rose every now and then just to say.
And Q Mix ain't the type where he gonna want you to do all that.
Yeah,
but it's still good to give somebody their flowers when they deserve it. You know, for all that he has done for the Charlotte, you know, artists, you know, and one of the baddest jokers with some vinyl.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
You know, but just give people their flowers, man. That be my thing.
He's a crowd motivator.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I like to say, like, a lot of people. I'm gonna be honest. You got your Q mix, top of the line. Then you gotta think. I took my own horn. When I came into the game, I came into the game a whole different way. I probably got more people music than of themselves, and they don't even got it now.
Yeah.
And then another pioneer that did. You can't forget Heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy did a lot.
Yeah.
Heavy did a lot.
But see, when I came down, a lot of those guys had already sat back from dealing with underground too much and doing what they was doing.
Well,
so,
even being honest, Kevin Glover was in the underground.
Yeah.
Kevin Glover was in the underground. Another person who don't get until Kevin Glover, stepped away and went corporate. I'm gonna tell you another one who don't get recognition, and he was one of the first that put me. Him and Kevin Glover, Drill 'em Dre.
Oh yeah.
Drill 'em Dre used to give some big showcases.
Shout out to the Bullies. Shout out to West Boulevard. He's now S4 representative.
I was gonna say now Nation 4. Now I'm gonna say, hold on.
But he's from the Bully. He's from
West okay.
And I keep it real. You gotta think.
Grill Master.
Yeah.
Grill Master. Yeah. You gotta think, man.
Baby.
There wasn't too many people stepping in that realm, opening them doors. And then when you think about it, like Faye said in the beginning, a lot of people that's getting honored and you're giving this platform to. At a time when you were starting, they wouldn't even dealt with you. They looked down on you.
Yep.
They looked down on you.
All right. Now let's get to it. I had to get that off. Had to get that off my chest.
Time to get greasy. Time to get greasy.
Don't say greasy.
Let me.
That's like getting baby doll. Use a baby doll.
Or Astroglide. All right.
They still make that?
Yeah, Diddy had a whole lot of Astroglide and baby oil. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of this thing. You see, the government is getting rid of 3 of the charges: the arson charge, the kidnapping charge, and then they're giving jurors different ways to now get him guilty on like racketeering and sex trafficking and all of that, which is crazy. Everybody beat Diddy down in the beginning. Oh, he's this, he's that. What he done with Cassie, we all seen that. Everybody seen it. That was wrong. But who says you can't grow from that? He shouldn't have rebooted her system. That wasn't right. It wasn't right. He shouldn't have rebooted her system that way. They should have had a conversation. But neither here nor there. That was 11 years ago.
Right.
She forgave him, I guess, because she went back. But the only thing I see Diddy guilty of was that assault. The kidnapping. So a lot of those witnesses have got on the stand and just perjured. That would have at the federal government witnesses, and the judge did not get now one of them from perjury, and they were just sitting up there lying. The girl who said he picked her up over a balcony and done this and sexually assaulted her.
Oh no, I still believe that.
You're gonna tell me did he pull the big red for 5 heartbeats?
I'm not saying Diddy did it, but I think he might have had. Because remember, Suge did that to Vanilla Ice.
No, she said he done it. This was one of Cassie's friends. So she was just out for a money grab. She said when he grabbed her, he groped her under her arms, which meant he grabbed her breast. So that was a sexual essay,
Yeah, if he came and grabbed her from the, like I said, right. We're not going to neglect the fact that this man was a nasty young man.
No, but it came.
But I don't think everybody lied now.
But no, it came out that the date that she said it happened, he was on tour. They were doing the Bad Boys reunion. So when she said it happened, he wasn't even there. She had told that lie. Cassie had told this lie. But they wasn't there. Cassie was with him.
Yeah.
And this the girl that he didn't really like because her and Cassie were getting high together. Diddy didn't like his women getting too high. If you're going to get high, we're going to get high together. You ain't going to be a junkie by yourself.
So he got to be a junkie with him.
You know, we're going to get high together. You don't need to be out getting high by yourself. You know, and it's just crazy. But what I feel they done to Diddy is he had that big lawsuit going against Ciroc, which he ended up settling after the Cassie stuff came out, because he was going to get a way bigger hunk out of going all the way through on that trial. But with this federal case coming up, he went ahead and settled just so he could have something. You know, you done set up and gave Cassie this $20 million, which I wouldn't have gave a hell for nothing. You know, because there wasn't no $20 million butt beat. I'm sorry.
I don't think it was that. I think it was more he wanted to shut her up.
Thought it was gonna get quiet, and you decided to, you know, the NDA, NBA, FTA, whatever you decide. You know, you signed that agreement so you can keep your mouth shut. You know, and then the federal government still bring you in to testify after you decide the NDA. You know, where you're not supposed to disclose anything. It's supposed to be done, but that shows us that the law can do what the heck they want to do when it comes to us. Yeah. You know, with Diddy, they wanted to break him. You know, he started talking about starting the political party. And I think that's what really started getting their wheels to turning. You know, when he wanted to start the political party and just for us and start a whole new political party, I think the government was like, nah, bro.
But you know what? I think it's kind of glad that all of this stuff came out now. Just imagine if he would have got into a position, then all of this stuff came out.
What came out? That he liked to have sex?
No, it's more than him just liking to have. He liked to have some other things other than sex.
He was all of it coming to. He's might be a little sexual deviant. He might be a little freakier than some of us are. Cause I thought I was a little freaky, but I see his levels. I see his levels.
Like I was telling Face on the way here, excuse me for cutting you off. Like with Face, you know how Face like the joke where he just said he thought he was freaky, but I've been in situations to where it was 18 of us getting it in. Everybody right there.
Look at Face, man. No, his face.
I'm saying, everybody freaktivity ain't the next person's level.
Different.
You know, hey, what the old folks say, different strokes
for different folks.
And that's some different stroke, you know. But my thing was, he didn't do nothing wrong. What he was doing is no different than what Pornhub does or any of that. He was videoing, he just wasn't selling. When Pornhub bring in they performers, they pay these women and these men to do that stuff. They put it out. Is that sex trafficking? Is it?
It's not.
But
the difference is where now I think when that line was crossed when he started talking about I don't even want to call them prostitutes because they were actually people that just got paid to be that. Okay. I wouldn't even call them workers.
No, they were workers. They were workers.
But one of them was a scribble. He was a scribble, but that's not.
We're just calling that.
How many?
Once you start going across state line and bringing them across state line for just that purpose, that's when the federal side of things come into it, and it gets beyond the freaky side.
All right. Okay. So you think with Pornhub, X videos, and all them people stay in the state where they're filming at?
No, they get flown in. Or they get dropped.
As the women say, they get flued in.
No, but some of them just go on their own. Because I know some folks that just picked up and went to Vegas just to go to the Bunny Ranch to work.
But guess what? And there's some people that, don't you know you gotta go audition for this stuff? Unless they personally saw your movie and like, oh, this will be a good one to come in. Yeah. Now they got to bring, what is that? You cross the state line to go have sex.
You know, and that's not no sex trafficking.
Sex trafficking is kidnapping you and selling you off.
But see, no. When they they had that when they had the kidnapping charge. Now that goes back to what you were saying. Now that the kidnapping charge is gone, because these other charges.
That comes to find out when the girl swear up and down they took her. Oh, they took me to this room and gave me a lie detector test, see if I stole his jewelry, and they didn't let me go for a couple of days. And then they said, well, could you leave? Yes, I could have, but I felt it was best for me to stay. What type of foolishness and buffoonery is this?
But that was the mess with Kid Cudi when old girl, he told her that he came with a gun and made her go to Kid Cudi house. And that was one of the kidnapping charges that they had.
And we seen the stuff with the Kid Cudi stuff. When they blew the car up, it was female DNA on the stuff. It was, and then all of a sudden the evidence got lost.
Disappeared.
And it was female DNA. That sounds like some mess up. That sounds like some brawl.
Like stuff. Cassie did it.
I wasn't gonna say it. You said it.
Might be allegedly.
You know, that sounds like something a female would have done.
But at the end of the day, man, you paid all this money to keep all this stuff out of the limelight, and
because you don't want people to look at you a different route. In a different light, and that's why he spent all this money, paying people here. Do you know how much that and I'm gonna be respectful. That thing, that thing got the 20 mil from him.
Oh, okay.
Then she got some more money from the hotel.
Oh, she got money. I didn't know she got money from the hotel.
The hotel too. The hotel gave her some bread, and then whomever put up to do going through with this, gave her some bread. Cause she just didn't, that light just didn't come off in her head in 2023.
Well, no, the NDA was about to be up. So once that NDA was up, they got ready to talk.
That NDA, how long did NDA last?
20, their Bad Boys was 20 years.
Okay. So she was still got there and busting it open in 2014, 2015, 2016.
Actually,
so that ain't.
Because she only been with her husband, maybe 5 years?
And how she meet the husband?
Through Diddy.
Probably a freak off.
Through Diddy.
And you see what they did with they bought his Choice of Toys out.
Oh no, I ain't see that.
Yeah, but it was great. And he wasn't using none on him. That's why everybody sit up and say, put that, saying he's a rainbow warrior. I wouldn't say that, because none of those workers that got on that stand and testified,
nobody said
he didn't touch them. They didn't touch him. You feel where I'm coming from? Neither one of them touched each other. Now they were touching them. They were touching them girls, but it wasn't no male on male stuff.
But now the ones that said he was touching them were industry people. It wasn't none of the workers.
You see the industry.
We talking about Meek. We talking about Usher.
Meek ain't came forward with nothing. Usher ain't came forward with nothing. Those are all rumors.
Yeah, I mean allegations.
Those are rumors. But that AI stuff that's out here.
Yeah.
Oh no, I ain't talking about just that. But
we see Meek ain't never came forward and said, well, he tried me. Usher never came forward. Justin Bieber's never came forward. None of these guys have ever came forward and said, well, he tried to do this, he tried to do that.
You're right. But I mean, sometimes, people actions, if you look at how people respond to certain people and certain things, sometimes you can kind of look at a lot of things. Because, if you go back to the interviews with him and Justin, when he bought Justin, I think, a Lamborghini for like his 15th or 16th birthday. And he was talking to, he was like, yo, how come you don't come visit me no more? Justin put his head down. Was like, well, I just been busy, and like won't make eye contact with him.
But shoot, that don't mean he done nothing with that. Everybody getting all this goddamn money.
Right.
I ain't getting none.
I'm saying, you think now one of them men came forward and said, hey, I'm still a man, but he violated me.
That's just like
he coerced me. He drugged me. I thought when they came out with all these baby oil bottles and all this Astroglide,
some slipping and sliding going on,
I was thinking they were going to say, with all them different bottles, I honestly thought they were going to say they had drugs in the bottles that went through the people's skin.
That's what I thought they was going to come out and say.
I actually was thinking it was going to be more to this case than what it was. This was just, as they done us back in the day, this was just a buck-breaking event. They buck broke.
Yeah.
It was buck breaking, because after this, it's done, he's not gonna get too many endorsements.
If any.
Right. He's not gonna get no endorsements. No big major record company is gonna want to bring him in to give him a deal. Everything gonna have to be, you know, he's gonna have to spend his own money and be really independent.
He ain't got no money now.
You know,
He got some.
he got some money. The man was a billionaire. The man was a billionaire.
He was smart because
The man was
a lot of his assets and stuff was in his mom's and his kids' name. So he was smart in that aspect.
But the man's a billionaire. You know, so hopefully he's acquitted of all these charges. But if not, and I can see what the government's going to probably do today, and I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we come with a plea deal.
Well, they on closing arguments is tomorrow.
Right. So I wouldn't be surprised before the closing arguments. You remember what went on with Thug and with some of the guys from the Wise? Okay.
Give him probation, federal probation.
You've been here for over a year. They know Diddy ready to go home. And even though he can go all the way through and beat this mess, you know, even with them getting rid of the black juror, the only black male that was on the jury.
That was the one a couple of days ago.
Right, juror number 6. But even though they got rid of that juror, I still think he could beat this case because there was no sex trafficking. There was only thing. He's on trial for that abuse, you know, which was wrong, you know, but that was 8 years ago. There's no telling.
People change.
People change.
Yeah,
you know, the other girl, the other lady after Cassie, you know, Jane Doe, which we all know is 50 baby mama, you know, but she's never sat up now time and said he assaulted her.
No, that
you know, it's never been no assault accusations other than Cassie. No other woman he's dealt with. I know his first baby mother, I heard it was some stuff that went on with him and Kim Porter. But no woman after Cassie has came forward and said he was abusive. None.
Yeah, right. No, I didn't think about it for a second.
None. So with him going there, he changed. Some people do change.
That's when he changed his name to Love, ain't it? After Cassie.
Yeah, he changed the name to Brother Love.
So yeah, you know what, you're right. I think he might have. You know, I think his daughters and Kim Porter dying might have changed him a little bit.
And even before Kim Porter died, you know, because all this happened, and that was another thing. When Kim Porter died, all y'all husbands, I mean, Lord forgive me, all y'all women came to, I just want to show support. Cassie came. You hated this man so bad, but you came to console him when Kim Porter died.
Yeah, you flew on your own
with your own money
right
to come support him, saying, I just need to be there for my friend.
Well, her and Kim was actually cool too, though. Her and Kim was real close.
It don't mean nothing about how her and Kim were cool. You should have just came.
So they were trauma bonding.
No, that ain't no trauma bond.
They were trauma bonded.
Even
you know, if I'm with a broad or a woman or a lady or whatever verb you want to call them, noun, pronoun, whatever, you know, if I'm adjective,
he said adjective.
If somebody has treated me so badly and some of your people die, I'm not coming to comfort you. Good riddance. Now, if I rock with whomever your people was, I may come to the services, you know, and show my respect, but I ain't coming to deal with you. I'm not going to come in early just so I can come and cuddle you.
Maybe she came to be there for the kids.
No, she came to be with Puffy.
That what they say. We don't know. Allegedly, she came to be with Puffy. She could have came and sat with the twins. You know, she could have came and sat with the twins.
It was text messages. So they ain't no allegedly. It's text messages.
She didn't say I'm coming to lay with you. She said I'm coming to make sure you all right.
I added the lay part. But, you know, you're not coming to comfort nobody and be there for somebody who allegedly just was so wrong to you.
Right.
And so bad.
You're right about that.
You're not going to do it. I'm not
neither.
You know, and I don't want to hear nothing about that survivor's remorse and all that BS.
If I'm, let's say this, somebody that I dealt with, one of their parents or uncles or aunts pass away, but me and the brothers and all of them is cool. And you know, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna come. I ain't coming to support you. I'm coming to show my support and love for the family.
Yeah. I ain't coming in early.
No.
I ain't coming in early just to come chill with you. Oh, I'm gonna fly in early. I'm gonna come to this.
She came to help the girls get dressed for the funnel to make sure they were right.
You about to have me cuss.
But
And
that's
I'm
like
trying
what's
to do
called
better.
not 50. I got 50. Diddy's allegedly oldest son. His baby mama been there.
Yeah.
She been there for the trial, but like she said, she was there. She's there
For the support of the kid.
support of her son.
Yeah.
Because I swear that ain't Diddy's son. That's the security.
To my the light skin what's his name?
When I play
Son?
football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his.
But you know, it's just crazy. And I say they wanted to break him. And they broke him. You know,
No, I just thought of that because if
That's the security.
no,
son.
I just thought about something because you know Cam's son looked like Jim.
Cam's son look like Jim.
yeah, it looked like Jimmy boy.
He looked like that's why I bust down laughing just now.
I heard
Yeah.
that.
But
I
you
ain't
know,
seen no reflection of them together.
the government has done what they came to do. Even if he's found not guilty on all these charges, they came and done what they wanted to do.
Oh yeah, they took everything from him.
They diminished his character. They villainized him. You know, they did him the same way they done. And I know some people may not like when I say it. Same way they done R. Kelly. The same way they did. Let me get a pudding pop. Same way they did Bill Cosby. You know, hey, Fat Albert.
Look.
Same way they done him.
They
You know,
did OJ the same way too. I don't get it.
Oh yeah,
That's why they railroaded him.
OJ
on
was
that.
the first one to go down.
That's why they railroaded OJ with that that charge after he went and got his own stuff.
Listen, I know you. I'm gonna get right back to you because we're short on time. But I gotta say this, Jimmy, are you out your lunatic ass mind? Yeah, I gotta say it. What is wrong with you saying you are better than Nas? And y'all run back. And y'all don't. He lost.
He was
mind.
wrong for that one. Dad.
If you don't have confidence in yourself, who is?
No. It's just
It's a line that I draw.
No. You have to respect. You have to respect.
Now I know I'm a hell of a DJ. I'm a great party
I
DJ.
let Chef Gordon Ramsay, but he can't touch me in no goddamn kitchen. And that's just how I'm gonna feel, because that's just how I feel.
It's okay, and you can feel like that.
You know.
But just certain things you got to keep to yourself.
You know, and
certain things
You just keep to
It's
yourself.
a lot of DJs.
I would say that
I ain't better than, but I know I'm good at what I do.
long,
But me yelling it out, oh, I'm better. No, sir.
but you know, he knows how to stay in the algorithm.
Yeah, he do.
He knows how to stay in the algorithm. He knows how to. Okay, I done said I'm better than Nas. So for the young heads who don't know who he is,
And they are saying
and they
the
know
YNs.
Nas,
The YNs is
you know, they know Nas.
But
So now we're gonna go and start Googling his music, which is gonna send may not be sales because they may not purchase it, but just going to click on it. Let me go watch this video.
Jimmy just dropped the new album too, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's all publicity. It's to keep that algorithm moving.
Oh, but that was a dumb album. You know they boot him off stage on Summer Jam.
But you know,
saying that.
Yeah,
But-
they boot him off stage.
and that's fine. One thing they always say,
you gonna say that's fine? That ain't fine.
because- yes, it is, because any publicity is good publicity. If it's bad or if it's good, all publicity sells.
No.
That's like if we go on Facebook or Instagram and we put up some kumbaya stuff, you're gonna get a couple likes. You put up some rah-rah stuff, you're gonna get hundreds of thousands of
That's
likes.
true.
You right about that.
So
And
they gonna hit you. That's gonna run your money up.
Because they selling plates and butts in Charlotte.
But they, what,
Yeah,
they,
yeah. They selling
They selling plates and butts in
That's
That's
Charlotte.
what they said.
what they did though, live at Summer Jam while he was performing. No, he was good while he was performing. They was loving him. It's on stage when he said he was better than Nas. Funkmaster Flex cut his mic off.
Yeah, but you shouldn't even.
See, now that was rude.
That was rude.
That was
That
rude.
was rude.
That was
Flex
rude.
cut his mic off.
No, that was rude.
So that was rude. Side, we don't. Side, it's very seldom we cut mics, unless they just really.
Cut mics
no, but we cut mics when the artist is going a little bit overboard.
No, I cut your mic when you talking too reckless.
No, I ain't cutting no mic off. I'm gonna let you get off what you want to get off.
Side Taj said, "What's up?"
But it's
I
just
don't love you no more.
But I know
she said we started acting different on it. I don't know why she said that.
But
she said all the Punishers acted different.
She started acting different when she got a man.
See, I told her, and that's the same thing I told her.
She know how she do.
Yeah,
that's the same thing I told her.
She got a man and she changed her whole demeanor.
She know how she do. She don't come outside no more. She's scared to come outside.
I love her, but I'm gonna say what's her mama.
She said she's gonna come through on Saturday though. She said she's gonna come through Saturday night.
She changed when she got that dude. When she got that dude start posting on me and my baby, man. My man. Hey, I tell her like it is. Now I love her to death. Her and Dawn. Those are my buddies. But she went to. She got her man and said the heck with everybody.
She did.
Closing arguments tomorrow. What I did, and I was wondering what they were doing, but it was a good chess move. The defense didn't call anyone.
Yeah, that's what kind of threw me off.
But it was no need to call anyone after all of the government witnesses done such a terrible job.
And, I think they did like 30 minutes, like a 30-minute closing, little closing, and that was it.
So
that right there is weird. Like that's weird.
But I just hate that that's going on with Puffy. Because he started talking too much. And I tell people, when you start getting too much and they see you have too much power, you have to go. That's just the American way.
And he was showing them that every vote.
That's just the American way. I ain't afraid to say it. I ain't big enough, so y'all can't bring nothing on me. Y'all can't sit up and say I traffic nothing, done nothing. You can't say I traffic no people, no way.
What you call them not even on the vote no more? The Drink Champs.
Yeah, they left.
They left?
Yeah, Drink Champs left.
Well, but like I said, I think that's what I really think that's what it was. Once he got revoked and was able to start maneuver a little bit different, and then he told Ciroc and them, what they could do with they self. Yeah. That right there. But I ain't go. One thing I can't say, Mr. Bentley and Carisha, boy, they ride. They ride. You ain't even see Bentley the whole trial.
But they had no need to call them in because they knew they had a BS trial. It's a BS trial.
But if anybody knew anything, Bentley knew.
Yeah, it's a BS trial. So I'm gonna say what I said at the beginning of the trial, and I'm gonna say it now. And I don't care who don't like it.
Free Diddy.
Free Diddy.
Free
Did
Diddy.
he do it? Did he not? He didn't. All right, that's the answer to your question.
All right, with that being said, man, y'all stay tuned right here to Connected TV because the views and news from Bella is coming up. So from the Party Punishers, we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
The Connected Radio plays the